Terrence Popp here with another episode from the Lair. And had some interesting developments of late. And as you can recall, I did that one episode, The Reality Matrix. We got some hate mail, some negative comments from her. She's just upset, which I understand. You know, it's totally cool. Everyone gets bagged on, and it is what it is. Hell, I even bag on myself. But I sent her a message on Facebook, and I haven't heard back from her, but this is basically what I said.
Let's see. Ma'am, I am sorry you are upset about the short parody Redonkulous.com did. You have to admit that your video only depicts what women experience and the power that they have up until 32 or 35. I merely added on to the real data that these women will encounter after the age of 35. Please note, as a fellow YouTuber, I hold you in the highest regard. Feel free to make a video slamming me. It's all fair. Also, I bag on everyone to include myself. I'm not doing Redonkulous.com to be famous or make money. I'm doing it because the state of men and boys today is horrible and unfair. The loss of a child is among the worst thing that can happen to a parent in their lifetime. And the courts in the West dish this out horrendously and with no mercy. As far as I know, I'm the only one on the planet who's using comedy to fight these injustices. Be well, be happy, and I hope this note finds you in good health, Terrence Popp.
Okay, so we'll see what happens. She's upset, but you know, if you're gonna do shit on the internet, people are gonna make fun of you. That's just the way it is. You know, people do it to me all the time, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. Because the minute you care what people think about you, you are their slave. And I don't play that game. So here we go. Let's see, are you worried about YouTube and the censorship it is doing to certain channels? Yes, I am. We've run into this. We've had a couple of our videos demonetized, which I thought was kind of stupid. We're looking at options. If you have any good options out there, please send them to me. We're looking at Minds, Daily Motion, some other ones out there. And I know this whole YouTube censorship thing, it is bad. But at the end of the day, I think Google's one that's going to get shot in the foot because they paid a lot of money for YouTube. And if they chase off a lot of the people viewing, using it, then, they did it to themselves and they have it coming. Everything I put on my videos is not hate speech. It's just the truth. And if you don't like to hear the truth, I'm sorry, but the truth is meant to hurt. It is what it is. And if you water it down in political correctness so it doesn't hurt you, then it's basically lying by another name. And I'm not really big into lying. If I was, I'd work for the CIA, and as you can see, I don't. So, okay, should the TSA be privatized? No, I don't think the TSA should be privatized. Because they basically privatize the prisons now, and once you get caught in that system, it's next to impossible to get out. And we're imprisoning a bunch of people for victimless crimes that I think is absolutely stupid. If, it's a big if, which if we run out of money and we can no longer pay people to keep these people in prison, up to 5% of the population, the gross population who's caught in that system is going to be in the real world, what do you think is going to happen? It's not going to go well. They're going to want their pound of flesh, and you better not be in their way when they come looking for it. Let's see. Okay, we had a guy here disagrees with my military. Me always pushing the military. He tells me that the GI Bill only pays only 1/3 of tuition in public schools and 1/5 in private schools. Recruiters lie to people to enlist. I'm sure that does happen. He mentioned stop loss to every person who enlists. Listen. If you enlist in the military, you're on the hook for 8 years. 8 years. You can do 4 active years and 4 in the IRR, which you can get called up out of the IRR. It does happen, very rarely. But it's 8 years. You read it right there. It's not, your first enlistment, you can do 2 years active, 6 IRR. You can do 6 active, 2 IRR, inactive ready reserves. That's just the way it is. And the new GI Bill, I don't know what GI Bill this guy's talking about, but they pay for your tuition and you get a stipend to live off while you're going to school. I think that's BAH is rated as the E5, which I think it's like $1,400 a month to live off of. Now, I used the old GI Bill when I went to college, and it paid for 4 years of my school, okay? But as we all know, and I'm going to be doing an episode on this about the bullshit that the liberals have pushed, all these mandatory fucking brainwashing classes. For you to get a 4-year degree, you now have to go to college for 5.3 years. So the 1.3 years was not covered by the GI Bill, and I had to take out some student loans, which I paid for from the proceeds of, being a professional fighter. And do fucking recruiters lie? Of course. We're human beings. People lie all the time. People lie to their mother or your father about driving the car or watering down the booze or whatever the hell you do. Okay, yeah, there's some bad apples out there. But I never lied to anybody, and I told them exactly what to expect when they wanted to come, to the unit I was serving with. So, years down the road, I went, he lied to me. He told me I said, hey, it's a dangerous goddamn job. It is one of the single most casualty-producing MOSs in the goddamn world. It's not safe. If you want to do it, I'm telling you how it is. There you go. All right, so maybe some guys out there are more reprehensible than I am, but I don't believe in dealing in lies. I just tell it how it is. Okay, and he also says once you join the military, you lose all your freedoms. No, you don't. Are they curtailed? Yes. Yes, they are. You're in the goddamn army, and they want you to, act and be a certain way. There's really nothing out there, because this question leads into the next one, because somebody asked me, what can you do in today's day and age when you're young, right out of high school, other than the military? And like you can go to Jobs Corps or the Peace Corps, and you're going to go to a lot of those places where all that crazy shit's going on, except you won't have a rifle, and you might just get your head sawed off on Al Jazeera. So if I want to go out and do it, I'm going to go out there where I have a rifle and I have guys at my back, so that shit doesn't happen. The world's a dangerous place. It's not fair. It's not equitable. And a lot of people in America have grown up behind the safety of 5 fences. All right? You got your city police, your county police. You have the state troopers, the federal police, and then you have the army. You exist behind five fences of safety, and they pipe in the news that they want you to hear, and it's absolutely insane. The world's not safe. It's not fair, and that's the way it is. So fuck it. Okay, somebody wants me to know. He wants to know how often that this malicious mom syndrome happens. Well, it happens a lot. Okay, it happens so much that they should really make a law to punish people who do this shit. But the feminists say it's not real, it's fictional, but it's been going on I think we're now in our 4th generation of people who've been fucked over by the malicious mothers out there. Granted, all right, maybe you married a guy and he was an asshole, all right? He was a terrible husband. That has no bearing on him being a good father, all right? Just because he didn't like you or whatever happened between you and him, if you cut him out of your kids' lives, you are taking a great risk of them going down a very, very bad path. And you have no one to blame but yourself. And you have to ask yourself when your children are being thrown in the dirt or locked up in prison, hope the check was fucking worth it. Because at that point, it's probably not. All right, I got some guff from some video game jockeys telling me that there are people out there who make a lot of money playing video games. And I looked into it. Yes, there are people who make a lot of money playing video games. And they are basically 1% of the 1% of the people out there playing video games. And I'm just going to tell you straight up. If you're 18 years old and you can't do 5 push-ups or run a half a mile, and you look like a 60-year-old with a humped back and your bones are brittle and your teeth are falling out, that is fucked up. All right? When I was 18, I wasn't a big guy, but I was fucking indestructible. I did everything the Army asked me. Never broke a bone. I broke my nose, some fingers and toes, but those don't fucking count. Let's see. I had a rib shattered when I was fighting for the FFKA World Championship in, I believe that was 1999 or 2000. And they stopped it in the 10th round. I was cut too bad to continue. But he shattered my ribs in the 2nd, but it didn't seem right to quit. Okay, the youth of today, they're fucked. All right? Your bones you never worked out, so your bones are brittle. People are getting broken hips at 18. They put the rucksack on. They're getting compression fractures in their spine. I mean, what the fuck? You are given youth and vigor for a reason. You're supposed to beat the shit out of your body so it'll last you the rest of your life, not baby it. At least, when I get old and my knees and ankles are fucked up, I can say, hey, I walked around the earth 2 times by foot while carrying the sum combined weight of a dreadnought battleship on my goddamn back. What are you going to say? Oh, I played Xbox until I was 19, and they threw me out and I had to get a job. That's stupid. It's just fucking stupid. Whoever made that comment about the nasty slat C looks like a basset hound that just feasted down on a mayonnaise sandwich. I'm gonna use that, dude. That's comedy gold right there. Whoever said that's fucking hilarious. I laugh my ass off when I read that. That makes my day. Somebody asked me about the woman the example about the woman sending fake emails. It happens. This person actually pulled her kids in. She had 3 kids. They were like 6, 8, and 11. Sat them all down, pulled the email out, read it to these 3 kids, broke their goddamn hearts on a lie. This really fucking happened, dude. And that was probably the most reprehensible shit that I have heard of in quite some time. And I hope that woman lives to be fucking 100 years old. And then when she dies, she walks the earth for 1,000 years and never knows a moment rest. Then she has hell to look forward to, because that's some fucked up shit right there. What was my take on the Red Pill movie? All right, I saw it on YouTube. I rented it. I think it was like $4. And surprisingly, I thought it was pretty fair, even keeled, and it's worth the money to see. And it just sucks that it takes a woman who used to be a feminist filming it, who basically she flipped her script when she realized how fucked up it is for men and boys in the Western society. And then, when people have been saying this for fucking years. They go to colleges and they get called hate speech, rape apologist, they're homophobe, all these fucking titles and bullshit. Come on. I use humor and I make fun of this crazy fucking redonkulous world that we live in. And that's the only thing I can do to maintain my sanity. And when I walked out of that divorce court, on the day my divorce was final, I started hysterically laughing when I got to the front door. And my attorney was next to me. He goes, "What's so fucking funny?" And I said, "You know what? I am shocked with the craziness that went on in this courtroom, and it goes on every fucking day. I am shocked that there are dead bodies packed out front of this place 8 feet fucking high from people who vote from the rooftops, because there is no justice. There is none. It's horrible. It's a divorce fucking court. It's family law. And they circumvent basically all of your constitutional rights for the best interest of the child. And what they're really doing, and most people don't know this, but they're getting reimbursed 25 cents per every dollar in child support they collect. So they sold you up the river for a 25% profit. That is reprehensible. It's bullshit. Okay, I'm going to get off that rant right here. And somebody asked me how I stay in shape. I don't look like I'm 48. Well, I work out a lot. I work out pretty much every day. I take an assload of vitamins. In fact, I'll shoot a couple pictures of them. And I have one half is what I take in the morning, and then the other half is what I take in the evening before I go to bed, and then the middle is stuff I take during the day. And I have some in my work too. Because when you get older, shit doesn't work like it should, and you have to take vitamins and supplements. And I take quite a bit. And anyone can do it. I have a very good regimen that works really well for me. I have a full physical every May, and I've had one done for the past 5 years. And since I started taking all the supplements, my cholesterol's been perfect. My good cholesterol has been perfect. Everything in my blood panels is working out just fine. When before I started taking the supplements, it was fucked up. In fact, I was right on the verge of being classified as a type 2 diabetic, and I fucking totally flipped the script on that with changing my shit around. So I'll show you some pictures after this is over, and then, Blake can cut them in or however he wants to do it. AM, PM. That's everything right there. It's a whole lot of shit. If you like this shirt, you really want to piss some people off,
check out the links below. Race Riot Apparel. Get some for yourself. Winning.
Live well, be prosper, and wear rubber and take it with you because there's a lot of sperm jacking going on. Just saying.